This guy's so shit, bro. Oh my god.
We lost B.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, that was bad. That was really bad. Oh my god. Oh my god, he has no idea where I just went. So before we start anything, I got to show you guys the settings that you need for the movement. Now for your button layout, I have bumper jumper tactical. You're going to want to find a button layout that fits you and suits your playstyle. And then for my sensitivity, I have 1.8, 1.8. This makes it so it's not too slow, but it's not too fast. I can still flick, I can still do the movement, but it's not too fast to where I'm going to over flick, and it's not too slow to where I'm not going to be able to flick at all. Dead zones, I'm on 299, 299. I think these are the best dead zones for any controller. And then for your movement settings, these are going to be very important. So sprint assist, you're going to want to have tactical sprint assist. Now this is going to be your auto tac sprint. Make sure this is on 0 delay, and then both of these are on. This is going to activate your omni movement so you can sprint sideways and backward. Mantle assist, I have this off. Crouch assist, I have off. Corner slice, I have on. It actually works in this game. It's really good. Wall jump assist off. Combat roll assist off. You don't want these like to do it for yourself, or the movement's just going to look weird and whack. And then slide slash dive behavior, I have this on hybrid. And what hybrid's going to do is you're going to be able to slide and dolphin dive. Sprint restore on. Slide maintain sprint on, and then all of these you guys can copy. Movement advanced settings right here, and that's it for the settings. But I do have you guys with the perks as well. Now right here for our perk 1, we have lightweight. This is going to increase your movement speed, your jump, your slide, and your dive. And then we have scavenger. Now I use this because I go for like high kill streak, but also you get a specialty perk, which I'm going to be showing you guys. That's why I use scavenger. And then also I use dexterity. This is reduced weapon motion during jumps, wall jumps, slides, and dive. This is probably the most important perk in the game. And then we do have the perk agreed wild card. So this is going to give us a 4th perk, and I have gung ho on. This is going to make it where you can fire while sprinting, and you get the improved movement speed while reloading and using equipment. And then this is going to also activate our specialty, which is enforcer. And then this is going to give us, after each kill, you gain a buff to movement speed and health regen. Now this is very important. That's why we have all red perks, so that we get this specialty. And then also make sure you guys have stims on, and then you can activate an overclock, and it adds a movement speed boost. So it's like a little boost with the stim, kind of like Warzone 1. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the settings. Now let's get into the movement tutorial. All right, so starting off the movement tutorial, we're going to start simple and then go into like the more advanced things. But we're going to be starting off with the movement tech that literally everybody knows, the slide cancel, the good old slide cancel. If you don't know this, you're probably just new to COD, or you just are a bot. I don't know what to say. Pretty much all you do is when you're running, you're just going to slide, and then you're going to cancel the slide by jumping. So you're going to run, slide, cancel. Now I play bumper jumper tactical, so my slide button is my right stick, and then my jump is my L1. So what I'm going to do is run, right stick, L1. Now what this does, instead of just letting your slide go all the way out like that, you pretty much can just cancel whenever you want. So you can do like a short slide cancel, you can do a long slide cancel, you can do just a whole different bunch of variations with the slide cancel. And this is honestly the most crucial technique in the game. And I just say the slide cancel is just like the base technique that you need to know. Oh my gosh, that was bad. That was really bad. But then adding on to this technique of the slide cancel, you can kind of do an opposite, where instead of canceling the slide, you drop all the way to the ground. So if you guys don't know what a drop shot is, all it is when you go straight prone like this. But as you guys can see, when you go prone and drop shot, it's very, very slow. Now, if you do a slide into a drop shot, it's very fast. You slide into a drop shot like that. As you guys can see, it's way faster than if you were just drop shotting like that. So slide into a drop shot, slide, prone. Very easy technique to learn, and you're gonna catch your opponent off guard a lot with this, because usually people are slide canceling around the map going like this. You don't really see people just going down like a snake. So throw this into your like movement arsenal a couple times, and I promise you, you're gonna get more kills. It's gonna help you out. And then getting even a little bit more advanced onto that, you can do like a slide cancel into a drop shot, but then cancel the drop shot. Pretty much what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a slide into a drop shot, but instead of going all the way down to the drop shot, you're gonna cancel it and then go back up. So how to do this is you go boom, drop shot up, boom, drop shot up, slide, drop shot up. It's very simple, and the only buttons you press is your slide button and then your drop shot button. But then instead of going all the way down to the drop shot, once you're like, I'd say halfway down, you pretty much just hold down the jump button. It'll bring you back up. But make sure you are sprinting still, so make sure you're holding your left stick in the direction that you're going, or else you're gonna mess up, you're gonna die, and you're just gonna look like a bot. But I will say, this technique gets me a lot of kills, so throw this into your movement arsenal as well. Very simple, very easy to learn. Oh my gosh, Watch the sniper. And that's pretty much all I'm going to teach you guys about slide canceling. I didn't want to do too much about slide canceling because it's easy. People know how to do it. You probably know how to do it. And you're probably here for the wall jumping and stuff like that. So now, of course, we also have the wall jumping. Now, this is pretty much what everyone's here for. This is the new BO7 movement tech. And pretty much all you do to do this is when you're running, you're just going to jump and then click your jump button again once you hit the wall. You can jump off a lot of things, I will say, but sometimes you will mess up. And like you can see, I did like a jump, but I hit the roof like that. And it kind of just like makes the jump not usable and not as useful as if I were hitting a jump like that, where I kind of boost myself up. Wall bouncing is not momentum based at all. It's pretty much where you're facing. So if I wanted to wall bounce off this wall, but go this way, I could run like this, but then instead change my stick this way so that I kind of bounce into the window. Instead, if I were just to, you know, get momentum and wall bounce this way. Ooh. And then adding on to the wall bouncing, you can do like a kind of a fast climb instead of like just doing the normal climb up like that where it's kind of slow. Instead, you can use the wall bounce and you can climb up very fast. So if I want to climb in this window, you run, look all the way up, and then climb over like that. And as you guys can see, it's way quicker than just a normal climb up. You can pretty much shoot right away. You pretty much don't even have a climb up animation at all. In your dreams, homie.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Sorry, pal. And then of course you can combo the wall jumps together to like move around, to even peek corners or anything. So I like to do something like that. So what I like to do is kind of like wall bounce off one wall onto another wall to maybe get to a destination or even just peek something. So for an example, I can bounce off this wall right here onto this wall and then get up here pretty quickly. Nice little sequence. And there's a lot of spots that you can do this in. And you do get 3 wall bounces. So I could do that onto that one, and then land up here kind of. But as you guys will see, every single time I'm doing a wall bounce, wherever I'm looking is where I'm going. So just make sure you're flicking your stick to where you want to end up at. And then for an example of peeking something, you could jump off this wall onto this wall and then peek this door. Kind of like that. Oh my god, he has no idea where I just went. And there's honestly just a lot of things you can do with the wall bouncing, and I'm honestly very excited to like learn more of it. But I really think that it's a very good like technique and just a movement tech in general for Black Ops 7 to have. And I genuinely hope they add it to Warzone, because if they don't, we're going to be playing Black Ops 6 Warzone all over again, and I just don't want that. I feel like the wall bouncing just adds that finesse into the game. And disclaimer, it's going to take a little bit for you to get your shots down while you're in the air, because it is a little bit different shooting someone out of the air instead of, you know, just if you're on the ground. You have a little bit more recoil. You kind of have to learn the recoil pattern on every gun while you're in the air off a wall bounce. So personally, if I were taking a fight off of a wall bounce, I'm gonna probably make sure that they're a little bit lower, because I am not gonna trust my shots off a wall bounce to hit like a full person guy unless they are close range. If they're far range, I'd probably just rather do a slide cancel to peek. Now, of course, you also have dolphin diving. Now, dolphin diving was added in MW3, but pretty much dolphin diving is literally just dolphin diving like that. But there's a lot of ways you can actually use dolphin diving, and I've been using dolphin diving a lot more recently. If someone's sitting in a corner like right here, you could do a dolphin dive like that if you knew where they were, instead of course just like the normal slide cancel where it's kind of easier to shoot you than like a dolphin dive. But of course, you can also just always do a wall jump. And I will say there's a lot of ways you can peek corners now in BO7. So corner campers, I'm sorry, but your time has come to an end. But I will say the most I use the dolphin dive is with the ledge jump. Now, if you see a ledge like this where it's not too thick, pretty much what you can do is you can dolphin dive onto it, and it will kind of cancel your dolphin dive and let you go up, instead of if you just did a normal dolphin dive and, you know, landed on your ass like this. It kind of helps you get away from people. You'll probably see me use it in Warzone before. It's definitely a useful technique to do, especially if you're trying to get away from somebody, or if you're just trying to outplay somebody instead of like, you know, just doing a dolphin dive normally. You can hit a dolphin dive. If you don't time it right, you'll just land on the thing and you'll be super slow going down. Now, I will say I do use this movement technique a little bit more in Warzone, but it can be useful in multiplayer as well. Now, another technique I'm going to be showing you guys is peeking slash jiggling. This is pretty much when you jiggle around a corner to kind of get info. So as you guys can see right here, I'm just strafing back and forth. It's a very easy technique to do, but this will help you get info around corners. Or you can even fake out your enemy where you kind of do like a little jiggle peek, show yourself, and then slide cancel out or even wall jump out. Now, yeah, this is a very simple technique to learn, but I will say it is one of the most crucial, especially in Warzone. I use this a lot in Warzone, fake out my opponent just to get info, but it is also useful in multiplayer as well because, I mean, you don't have as much health in multiplayer, so jiggling a corner to get info instead of, you know, just running out, it's going to help you more because you're not just going to run out, get shot, and die. Instead, you're going to jiggle the corner, get some info, and then maybe, you know, decide how to peek off that info. It's a very easy but very crucial technique to learn. Take everything I'm saying into consideration. You know, go practice it. I promise you, you will get better. You guys will see a big change into your movement if you guys do focus on these techniques that I'm showing you guys. Now, for my favorite technique in the game, I will say I use this a lot. This is probably the technique that I use the most, besides maybe wall jumping, because I'm not gonna lie, I abuse wall jumping a lot because it's new and it just feels so good. But the technique that I'm gonna be showing you guys is the G slide. I think this is the most crucial, the most important technique that I'm gonna show you guys. Now, the G slide is kind of like a variation of the slide cancel, but it just makes it so much better. So pretty much what you're gonna do is you're gonna get momentum off your run, but instead of just doing a normal slide cancel, what you're gonna do is you're going to jump and then slide. And as you guys can see, instead of just slide canceling like this, when you jump and slide cancel, you just go so much further, you go so much faster, and you're just gonna throw off your enemy so much more. Pretty much, I really like doing this around corners like this, because as you guys can see, it literally launches you out. So, I mean, you just go so far, and you can peek any corner doing that. You're going to throw off your opponent. You're going to go way too far. You're going to break their aim assist. You're going to, you know what I mean? You're going to break their arm if they're on mouse and keyboard. Am I bugging? Dude, I am moving. The G slide is honestly one of my most favorite techniques, and you can do it off anything. You can even do it off a wall jump. I can wall jump off this truck into a G slide. All right, bro. I hit the truck, but you know what I mean? Like, you can boom, boom, like that. And it just looks so good. It's probably the best technique in the game, like the most important, and it's going to get you the most kills. Put this into your arsenal. Learn this. You're going to get a lot more kills if you use the G slide. And then also, if you guys do see like something like this, like a little ledge where it has a little bit of like a staircase, you know how like you can skateboard down these things? Well, you can do like a little G slide off of it and then also go into like a bunny hop. So again, you're going to sprint, jump, slide, and then at the end of your slide, you're going to hit a jump and it's going to put you into a B hop. As you guys can see, you're going to, you know, hit the G slide off of a railing, which is already going to boost you a bunch, break an aim assist. But then you're going to add a B hop on top of it. They're not going to be able to shoot you. You're going to be untouchable. And imagine doing this in Warzone. I mean, they have to shoot you so much more than they do in multiplayer. I mean, they're just, you know what I mean? You're just going to be unkillable. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the movement guide. I hope you guys did enjoy. And if you learned anything, comment down below. Let me know what you guys learned. I hope I could teach you a little bit. And honestly, I hope this video can make you better at the game. All right. That's all I want for you guys, is just to be better at the game. And just letting you guys know, I will be making a Warzone movement guide when the Black Ops 7 Warzone drops. I think it drops like December 7th. So, hey, man, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, man, this is a little bit of a BO7 movement guide that I've learned. Hope you guys have a great day. God bless y'all. I love you guys. Peace.